Hi, everybody. Jim Graham here for Beyond the Cage, presented by Fight Chicks. On the line, we have a special guest joining us. He just fought at UFC Fight Night Sydney, where he was victorious against Richie Vaculik. He is Mr. Luis Smolka. And Luis, thanks for coming on Beyond the Cage.
Thanks, bro. Thank you for having me.
Now, of course, we last talked to you back in April, so I was wondering how has your summer been and the last few months here?
It's been good. I've been working really hard. Started doing some new things in my camp. Started doing a little bit different strength and conditioning and stuff, things like that.
Now, of course, Halloween was not too long ago. I was wondering if you dressed up or did anything fun for Halloween.
I actually just missed Halloween. Like, we had to get on the plane Halloween morning. We got off, and it was like November 1st at night. I was like, dude, I just missed Halloween.
Now, had you not missed Halloween, do you usually get dressed up and do fun stuff like that?
I'm honestly really lazy when it comes to, like, holiday celebrations. I always say, oh, yeah, I'm going in roast beef MMA fighter. We're supposed to.
Right, yeah, I definitely hear you there. Now, of course, the Ultimate Fighter started up a couple months ago. I was wondering, have you been watching this season at all?
Not really, no. I'm not really. I'm honestly been kind of slacking on the Ultimate Fighter. I know it's the girls this season, right?
Yes, it is. The first all-female cast.
Yeah, the 115s. Yeah, I haven't been keeping an eye on it.
Do you normally watch the Ultimate Fighter, or just this season you kind of been slacking?
I honestly peered off around, like, I want to say the 7th season of the Ultimate Fighter. After that, I kind of just fell off.
Now let's take a minute, Luis, and look back at your fight against Chris Carriezao, and that was your first MMA loss. And what did you learn about yourself in that fight?
I learned a lot of the mental preparation. I don't know what happened mentally, but it wasn't me. It was one of, honestly, like, my worst performance I've ever had. That was honestly the worst fight I've ever had, and I never want to fight like that again. Now,
after you fought Carriezao, he got a shot at the title. Did that kind of surprise you that right after that, he's fighting Mighty Mouse?
Yeah, that honestly did, and that was pretty rough for me.
Now, in his fight against Mighty Mouse, he didn't obviously fare very well. Who do you think Mighty Mouse will take on next?
I honestly have no idea. I thought it was going to be the Ian McCall-Lineker winner, but with that not happening, I honestly have no idea.
Now, of course, the Lineker and McCall fight didn't happen. Lineker's trying to kind of circumvent his way to the title by saying, hey, I was ready to fight. I should be next in line. Do you think maybe he gets in, or is that a guy maybe you'd like to face next?
I honestly don't care either way. I would fight him, but I just don't really care about my next opponent. I'm ready to fight whoever. Just if it happens, it happens. I'm fine with it either way. I honestly don't think I'm that close to a title shot right now. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I didn't do that well yet. I was having some problems. It was kind of like, I want to say like drowning me in punches kind of. In the beginning, he was just like trying to flurry me, and I was having some issues with that, and yeah, a bunch of things I had to work on.
Now, did you have any problems with your weight cut for this fight, traveling all the way to Australia?
It was hard, man. I had to cut 30 pounds in 2 weeks. It was really rough. I ended up being under their weight limit because their, pound allowance is like a kilogram allowance instead or something like that. I'm not really sure what happened there, but they just told me I made weight. So okay, cool.
At the end of the day, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, as long as I made it, I'm like, yup, I'm done. This is short notice. I'm not trying to cut extra, 2 pounds. I'm really not.
Now, of course, you're from Hawaii, so typically for a lot of the fights, especially so far in the UFC, you've had to fly a pretty good distance, but this time around you had to fly all the way to Australia. Do you think, obviously you said the weight cut was tough, but do you think that affected your performance in the cage at all?
Not really. I don't think going to Australia was the issue. I think it was the short notice that was the issue. And the weight cut was really the biggest thing. I felt like that really kind of slowed me down.
Now, is that the furthest you have flown from Hawaii going from there to Australia?
No, I think going to Cincinnati or Georgia was the farthest.
So that wasn't too bad for you then, going over to Sydney, like kind of flight and like time zone wise?
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. Like, I actually have an easier time going backwards to Asia instead of towards the United States. It's just easier for me. Because, like, a lot of times when I go towards the United States at, like, 12 o'clock at night, it's, like, 6 o'clock back home, and I'm having to shoot and stuff. But going backwards and it being, like, 21 hours forward or something, it's, like, at 12 o'clock there, it's, like, 3 o'clock at night. So it's really easy to go to sleep, you know?
Now, of course, you got to go to Australia. It was in Sydney, the big city there. And did you do anything cool while you were in Sydney?
Yeah, Sydney was really fun. I really enjoyed my time out there. There's like a harbor, and like they have like a ferry system where you can pay like 10 or 50 bucks, whatever it is, and they take you like wherever you want to go. We went to this place called The Wharf, and there's like a bunch of cool looking like restaurants and like bars and stuff. That was pretty neat. And then went to the Toronto Zoo. That was pretty awesome. I was having fun with that.
Now, did you see any kangaroos or koala bears?
Yeah, we actually got to visit like the koala in its like habitat. We couldn't touch it, which was a little bit of a bummer, but we got really, really close to it and we got to look at it. That was pretty cool.
Did you see any kangaroos fighting in the street or anything?
No. We kind of thought we might see some of that, but I guess that kind of thing only happens out in like the countryside. We were more in the like in the city, so it was pretty like urban.
Now, did you have any shrimp on the Barbie while you were there?
No, I didn't get a chance. I wish I did, but I didn't really know. I was trying kangaroo burgers too, but I kind of just slacked off on that after like the fight. I wanted to do it, and I just kind of slipped my mind.
Jim Graham here talking with Luis Smolka. You can follow him on Twitter at Last Samurai UFC, and he is also on Score as well. And let's look at your fight there in Sydney against Richie Vaculik. Did he do anything in his performance that kind of surprised you a bit?
I was surprised how willing he was to throw with me. I thought he was going to try and take me down, but I guess he's been working a lot on the stand. I feel a lot more comfortable than his past fight. I didn't expect him to try and throw with me, but I guess he wanted to, and that kind of surprised me a little bit.
Now, of course, heading to the third round, it was definitely a close fight, but did you think you had to go in there in the third and get a finish to win the fight?
Yeah, I thought I definitely had to finish him. He had that, I thought it was real close until the end of the second. I decided to get a flying knee to take him down. That's probably poor judgment on my part, but I knew the risk going in. I just really wanted to knock him out. I was not trying to play a point fight in that fight at all. I really wanted to finish.
Now, of course, in the third, you threw the side kick, or what myself and a lot of people have been calling the Shawn Michaels sweet chin music. When you threw that technique, did you think that was gonna lead to the finish for you?
Yeah, we were honestly practicing that for a while. My coach, Charles, my straight coach, he was telling me the straight kicks would be open because of how wide and how low Richie comes in. So once I kind of got his timing down, I threw it. I honestly didn't know it was going to finish him, but when it landed, like, I barely even felt it land. Like, it went, like, right through it, and it was pretty amazing.
Now, of course, afterwards, a lot of the people that did see it there on the Fight Pass, they went crazy. I don't know if you got a chance to see someone put up on YouTube your clip with the kick, and then they threw in legendary WWE commentator Jim Ross, his commentary of when Shawn Michaels throws a sweet chin music to your kick. And I didn't know if you've seen that yet.
I saw that. I was actually watching a lot of the fights. And they have, like, the RKO version, the Randy Orton version, which all falls down. And I was like, oh, this is pretty funny. And then when they did it for my kick, I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Obviously, what's going through your head is you're trying to win the fight, you're throwing a technique to win, but did you think that I'm going to throw this kick and, everyone's going to go kind of crazy over this?
No, I didn't. To be honest, at Boise, we train with some really high-level strikers and techniques like that are daily, And people are throwing that stuff daily in the gym. It's not that special to us, but I guess, I don't know, it blew everybody's mind. It's kind of cool.
All right, I'll ask you a couple more questions here and get you out. Of course, we're in the middle of November, so Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Are you excited to eat some turkey for Thanksgiving?
Oh, I'm really excited. Last year, I didn't really get the chance to enjoy Thanksgiving or New Year's or Christmas, so I'm kind of hoping I get the chance to do that this year.
And once, obviously, Thanksgiving happens, Christmas is also not that far from us, and I don't know if you started Christmas shopping yet, but is there anything that you are looking forward to maybe getting this year for Christmas?
Not really. That bonus pretty much took care of everything. If they wanted to get another one, that'd be awesome too. But I'm pretty happy with life right now. It's something I really want. Yeah, that's about it, dude. I'm happy. Pretty content with life right now. I'm just on Earth.
Absolutely. And with that bonus, is that going right into savings, or are you gonna have some fun with it, or you got any plans for that?
Probably most of it's gonna go into savings. A few people were telling me I should probably look to start investing in things, maybe businesses or something. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I'm pretty much just gonna save most of it for now. I might have 1 or 2 good nights out. I actually just bought myself an iPhone 6 Plus. That was the first thing I got, and I'm I'm happy with life right now.
All right, I'll get you out of here with this, Lewis. Obviously, you fought kind of on short notice here for November, but do you want to fight relatively soon, maybe say February or March, or maybe take kind of a little bit of break after the short notice?
February or March would be perfect for me, but I heard there's a lot of 125 fights coming up. Someone might get injured, so my coaches kind of want me to be ready to do short notice again because we feel like I perform better on short notice fights. So we'll see how it goes.
Once again, he is Luis Smolka. You can follow him on Twitter at LastSamuraiUFC, and you can also follow him on the Score app. And Luis, thanks for coming on the show again. Really appreciate it, and look forward to you fighting again real soon.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Once again, that was Luis Smolka right here on Beyond the Cage, presented by Fight Chicks.